Hello, friends
and family.
We are ready to tell you the end of our delivery story, our Dynamax DX3 delivery story. We are going to start our story where we left you last time, and it was at the airport in Cincinnati.
We made our second trip back up to on a plane to go collect our DX3 that's been at the Kentucky Freightliner Service Center for over a week. Well, we're back. We're going to give it a second try. Let's see how Freightliner did. We were, hopefully confident that it was going to get us all the way back to Florida, because this was now our second Freightliner service center that we visited, and that was at least one too many. There were part problems. Again, it was def failures, and I guess there's two valves. There's an inlet valve and an outlet valve, and they had to replace one.
This time, when we were flying to Cincinnati, we decided to take our dog Nala, because she never had this experience, and for her it's going to be a big part in her life now. So.
They fixed the def system mainly, and then they also got the back brake light, what they say wasn't wired at all. That's Dynamax's problem.
Okay,
and
so now
they didn't that they put it on and they didn't wire it. It just goes to show you.
So now it's time to check.
Just like they forgot the tire pressure monitor system. So.
We were back on the road heading home. We were planning to make 2 overnight stops, one at Indian Mountain State Park and another one at Harvest Host Winery, and be back home on 27th of June. Here is the list what the Freightliner in Walton, Kentucky did for our RV during its 10-day stay over there. They replaced DEF inlet sensor and replaced the starter, which was causing the non-starter issues before. We would have been able to test the starter in action after driving at least 100 miles, so let's cross fingers. We picked Indian Mountain State Park due to its location off of 75 highway. It is a nice little park, only 46 spots, which are pretty close together. Our rig barely fit into the lot long-wise. Jeff's first parking back up. I think it's brilliant. The campground has lots of greenery and shade. It has a lake, a kids' playground. Looked very nice and convenient for an overnight stay. We left in the morning heading to our next and hopefully last overnight stay at Iron Shield Brewing Company. It's a Harvest Host spot in Lawrenceville, Georgia. We did not have any starting issues in the morning. Woohoo!
Also, when we drove out, we had our dog Nala. This was Nala's first experience in the motorhome, and she's going to have to get used to it. She doesn't like things that move because of a car accident back in 2016, where both of us rolled over in the car and 4 times, and it was a pretty horrific experience for both of us. And she still has some hang-ups about getting in any kind of a car, but I think she even liked the RV less because they could be pretty loud and bouncy. But she got used to it. She's still pretty miserable up here.
Yeah, no, she's better. She's getting better. About halfway to our next destination, we had to stop for gas. I was holding my breath because the last time we pumped gas, the service engine light had come on. And
And about halfway there, the service engine light came on.
Oh no.
I called Freightliner in Walton and asked them, is this normal? And he said, no, it's not normal. And I said, Walton, Kentucky said, you guys might want to look, if you have another problem, look for what's called an Oasis Freightliner.
But at that point, we were really close to our Harvest Host destination, Iron Shield Brewing Company. So we decided to spend the night there and start looking for the closest Freightliner service center in the morning. Iron Shield Brewing is conveniently located downtown Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Dab, our wheels are up.
Yes, that's the auto leveling system. And if you get a close-up of those rubber pads, those are called snap pads. So the bottom of the leveling system is metal, and eventually in time they get bent and broke. But when you put those snap pads on, it keeps them nice, and also it gives you a much better surface when you're not on concrete or asphalt.
Wow,
When
these
boondocking somewhere.
hanging wheels look so impressive. Yeah.
Come on, now I want a beer. We're at a brewery. We're harvest hosting at a brewery. Come on, let's go.
Nala doesn't like beer.
Are they even open?
Yes?
Well, how do you get in?
Oops. There, go. Oh, they're already closed. Oh.
Lawrenceville is a small, pretty, old-style southern town. We had a nice dinner downtown.
It's a pretty town, yeah. It's called Lawrenceville. We are in local Republic. You would be.
So what's the plan?
We're going to call Freightliner Oasis that we found just south of Atlanta, and we're going to see if they can see our RV today. And if they can see our RV today, we'll stay and wait. And if they say we need a part and we won't get it till tomorrow, we'll probably stay until the next day. But if they can't, we'll just have to find a ride to Atlanta Airport and fly home. And at that point, it's definitely Freightliner / Dynamax's problem. So that's it. They call the Oasis, they added Oasis because they are more RV friendly. Some Freightliner service centers, and there's 400 of them throughout the country, won't work on motorhomes at all. We've not found any. Every ones we've stopped at, we've now been at 3, all would work on motorhomes. But an Oasis has a special group. They're technically more adept at motorhomes, and they tend to try and get you in and out faster. So we looked for one, and what we found is Peachtree McDonald Freightliner Service Center in
Atlanta.
in McDonald, Georgia. So we dropped it off, and supposedly these Oasis have hookups and they're very RV friendly, and that's not the case at all of them. Our experience was they wouldn't let us stay in the RV. They lock it up at night. We can't stay there. Although the one in Walton, Kentucky would let us, this one wouldn't. Remember, Freightliner service centers are all independently owned. They're not owned by Freightliner. So they all can run differently according to their location and their ownership. So once again, we checked into another hotel. Is there any chance that you can look at it today or not?
It would most likely be, if they did, it would be later this evening or first thing in the morning.
Okay. We'll probably just go to a hotel.
Freightliner is our camp spot now.
Yeah. So where do you like boondocking? Oh, Freightliner's our favorite. How are you today, honey? Have you ever been to Freightliner before?
Oh, it's my favorite camping spot now.
It's your favorite camping spot? Is there one particular Freightliner that you like better than others?
It will be the one.
The one who fixes it? Well, we haven't found that one yet. That's okay.
We spent 2 nights in McDonough, Georgia, waiting for our RV to be fixed, trying to entertain ourselves as much as we could in this little town.
What are you going to have, Jeff? Tacos?
Pardon me?
Your favorite?
Tacos.
Tacos. I'll have tacos too.
Delicious miso soup. There's always something good out of something bad. 17 days with their Dynamax in service. And 17 out of 20 days that we don't do it's been in service. But the miso soup is great.
Cheers.
We called them first thing Sunday morning, and yes, it was ready. So we went and got Starbucks.
So RV is ready.
Well, we're gonna go pick it up. I don't know if it's ready or not. It still has to drive another, 400 miles? Or no, actually 4 hours. It has to drive
240 miles.
240 miles. That's a long trip for this motorhome. Really long.
Ready to depart.
Here is the list of what was done to our RV in Peach State Freightliner Service Center in McDonough. As you see, the 2 items are exactly the same as in the list from Freightliner in Walton, Kentucky. We really hope that we will not have to replace a NOx sensor after every time we fill up DEF fluid. We'll see.
No sign?
Huh?
No orange sign so far?
So far,
But you didn't put DEF, right?
you only need to put, that's still showing full. You do that about every 3 or 4 tanks. But we left and started heading south. We were going to Tallahassee, where that's was actually the first modification we were going to do to the RV. That modification is a nano ceramic coating.
The rest of the trip was pretty smooth. We dropped our Roadrunner in Tallahassee for ceramic coating. Roadrunner is the name we gave to our motorhome, and our towing car will be Coyote. We picked Roadrunner in about a week and drove and arrived safely to Florida home without any further adventures. So the Dynamax DX3 Delivery trip is over. Woohoo! Instead of planned 5 days, it took us 33 days to deliver Roadrunner from Michigan to Florida. I would say it was an unexpectedly rough start for us. But we are not discouraged. We still have 2 months of the summer 2022 left. We have planned a new short trip from Florida to New Jersey through mountains and back along the coast. It will take about 2 months. We are getting ready, making some upgrades to Roadrunner, packing, buying what we think we will need in this trip, and planning to leave in 2 weeks. In our next video, we are going to tell you all our upgrades that we are planning and doing already to our RV, which includes you already know about ceramic coating. We are going to talk about that more, and we are going to tell you other things that we are going to do with our RV, right? Do you think Nala liked her first RV experience?
Not sure. I think the jury's still out with her. We had a bad car accident, and she's not big on moving things, especially when she's in it. So we were hoping that with the RV being bigger, that she might be a little more comfortable. But you know, when you're moving, that thing does bounce and it makes some noise, and she wasn't any more comfortable, maybe even worse than when she rides in a car. But she did get better as time went on, and she did make it, and she's going on this trip coming up. So more news to come about Nala's time in the car, in the motorhome. So that's where we currently are. It's in Sarasota. Mechanically, it's still sound. I have full confidence if I go, it'll start. And I don't think we're going to have DEF issues, at least for a time. So in conclusion, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll talk soon.